And we are live. Woohoo! Good to see you. Good to see everybody in the YouTube lands. Glad you guys could make it. Hope you're all doing well. So, what's news on your side, Mr. PJ?
Not much, not much. It's just, I mean, I just really can't do the stream without my cyber glasses. So, they give me all my information, you know, like on screen sort of thing. It's like it's augmented reality, not virtual reality, you know. So I just see it. I'm not joking, but yeah, not much. I've just not long finished streaming myself, you know. It's Mike Winger going hard. I agree with Mike Winger on a lot. Some things I don't, but I definitely certainly see Mike Winger denies a few things that I can see happening in the scripture and that. But he's going hard on Bethel and Sean Balls, and he's done a 5-hour, 50-minute video. I've got the first hour in, but we're going to do that video, the whole lot. I think the whole 5 hours 50.
Wow, okay.
Exposing Bethel completely.
Oh yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Bethel. I don't know. I don't know anybody can trust Bethel, to be honest,
No,
with anything.
definitely not.
So it's sad to think people do actually trust Bethel, especially with all the
mad.
stuff they've done. You know
Absolutely.
what
Absolutely. I mean, the people that go there, I understand that like, but they do need to read the word for themselves. They're being influenced by these super pastors, super duper mega pastors that are more in sin than anybody. You know,
I mean? Agree.
you know,
I
crazy.
agree. But yeah, it's good to see you, man. Good to see Derek as well. What's up, brother?
Brethren, hey, hope you boys are doing well.
Yeah, cool
Yeah.
boy. You too.
I'm a little slow today, just had some breakfast, working on coffee now.
Nice.
So, Satan short season. That was voted
Yeah.
for today. We'll see if anybody comes in to prove us wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That Satan's short season hasn't been debunked. It was voted for that. So, yeah. Good to see everybody in the
It's
YouTube lands as well.
something.
Yeah. Good to see everybody in the
It's
YouTube lands as well. Sorry, I'm just going to say it to everybody quickly.
Sorry.
Just Incredible's in the house. Emma, PJ obviously, Michael Khan, Vicky, and yeah, it's all I see right now. But it's good to see everybody. Hopefully, it's going to pick up, and then we'll see what goes on.
Is there MD in the vertical? Maybe there's a few
Yeah,
people
I
in the
just want to
vertical.
point out, you know, the stream we had 2 nights ago with that Muslim guy.
Yes.
It literally got flagged and taken down on TikTok. Apparently, it was hate speech against Muslims for saying Muhammad was false. Is a false prophet.
My. Well, it's okay for them to say Jesus is false.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay.
So
The guy
because-
was fine as well. The guy was a good, decent dude.
Yeah,
He was
very nice
okay.
guy. I hope he comes back sometime. It'd be great to have a conversation with him again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But how's that? Yeah, Muhammad being a false prophet means flagged and TikTok take it down.
But it's fine if you say something about Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, not being God, not being a prophet. I mean, totally blaspheming his name. You know, all these kinds of things. That's all good. That's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and like venues like TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, they've rather shown that they are very inadequate in deciding what hate speech actually is.
Oh, there's Sam the bully boy.
And sorry, Keith, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No stress, man. No stress. But it's good to see you guys.
Likewise.
Yeah. So do you think any Satan short season is still going to show up tonight?
You know, I'm not going to put any eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
I'm not going to expect that, no.
No, I mean, like that Muslim guy turned up. That was an off the cuff thing, and the topic of the stream was who is Jesus as well to you, or what was it? What is Jesus? That kind of thing. And he came in and said what Jesus is to him, pretty much. So, but I mean, I obviously totally disagree with him, but yeah, the guy was a nice enough dude. You know, it's not coming from people, that especially, well, it is common. There's plenty of Muslims that are nice. It's
Agreed.
Islamist extremists that ain't nice. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, but we got quite a few streams going up tonight, so we'll see. We got the verticals going, and we got the
Mm.
originals, and I got it on my backup channel going. I just don't have it on TikTok, like I said. Um, we'll try again at TikTok tomorrow night, probably. But tonight, no
Yeah.
TikTok.
Wow.
Hmm.
Can you believe that? The amount of things that they let people get off with on TikTok as well. It's really is a breeding ground for toxicity. But yet you just say that I think Muhammad is false prophet. That's it. You can't say that. You really can't say that. That's so bad.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say things like that. How dare you? How dare you say a guy that literally shows to be a caravan robber, pedophilia, nonsense caravan robber?
Yeah.
How you dare you say facts about him?
Oh yeah, and it's simply not hate speech. It's simply us calling out error. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
where was any hate speech? We just literally told the truth.
Right. No, correct.
Everything we gave was facts.
Hmm.
Literally, you can find everything we spoke about in the Quran. So it's really weird. But yeah, tonight is not about Muslims though. Tonight is about a heresy that is quite alarming, and we're not here to badmouth any of you guys who believe in this heretical doctrine. We want to get you guys out of this heretical doctrine. That's the whole point of this. We want to get you guys into the truth and to understand that Jesus has not returned yet, and he is going to return soon. And the problem with preterism is because you believe Jesus has already returned, when the Antichrist will declare himself here, you're going to believe he's Jesus, unfortunately. You got a very good chance of that, which is sad. And yes, there is a third temple going to be built. I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's happening, the unfoldingness of all the things happening with Iran and Greenland and everything with Trump at the moment. It's all setting the stage for this treaty, for this peace treaty. We've even had the Prince of Saudi Arabia claiming Jerusalem doesn't really mean anything to him. So he's even like claiming that he doesn't mind if they move the Dome of the Rock, then the Jews can have the Temple Mount. How's that? So if that does happen, that the Dome of the Rock mosque moves, the Al-Aqsa mosque and everything, and then it moves away from the Temple Mount because all they care about is Mecca, then the Jews can get the holy site back and they will be building their third temple. If that happens, it's the false peace treaty as spoken of in the Bible. And that's very close at the moment. So we'll see.
And speaking of Muslims or like just any other like Mormonism or whatever, I apply the same thing to them as I would like let's say short seasonists or preterists. Like I don't expect to convince them in like one sitting all the time. Sometimes people just need to work it out for themselves before they realize the error.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, 100% agree.
Yeah.
Okay, I think let's go through some things that we can show how Satan's short season is wrong. If we look at, we can just type out church fathers that spoke of the future kingdom. It's just a quick overview. Could have got differently, but it's just to show everybody. Yes, many early church fathers spoke of future kingdom, especially a millennial kingdom on earth, with prominent figures like Justin Martyr, Irenaeus, Tertullian, and Papias, being strong proponents of the physical reign of Christ, while others like Ignatius, Polycarp, and Barnabas also mentioned future inheritance and glory in the kingdom, though sometimes more figuratively. These writings reflect early Christians' hopes in Christ's return and establishment of God's rule. Now that makes it interesting, guys. If you think of, for instance, Polycarp. Polycarp was a disciple of John. Okay? And Polycarp came after 70 AD. You know, when the destruction of the temple, everything. Hey Vishal, good to see you. Charles, great to see you too, brother. Hope you're doing well. Why one have two religious... Vishal, yeah, do if you want to, you can click the link and come in and have a discussion. And we can have a discussion on whatever you want, man. If you want to talk about how you feel that why people shouldn't have religion, we're more than happy to have the discussion as well. Because we are waiting for people to talk about Satan's short season, but I'm more than happy to talk about God to you. Anyway, let's move on to some of the first century people, okay? Papias, he was 62 130 AD. He was mentioned by CBS. Papias described the corporal reign of Christ on earth after the resurrection, influencing later writers. Justin Martyr, 100, that's after 70 AD as well, to 165 AD. A prominent premillennialist, he defended the belief in a temporary, earthly messianic kingdom before the eternal state, viewing it as a continuation of Jewish tradition. Irenaeus, 132-202, a strong advocate for the millennium, he dedicated his work against heresies, this was very good, to defending a physical resurrection and judgment, describing the promised earthly renewal. Tertullian, 162-20 AD, also defended a physical millennium as part of Christian faith. Hippolytus of Rome, 172-36, predicted the timing of the millennium, though his specific date wasn't realized. Now, this is very interesting if you think about it. All these early church fathers came after 70 AD, correct?
Yep.
And these so-called Satan short seasonists claim that Jesus returned in 70 AD.
Yeah, there's a problem.
So, if all the church fathers are telling us, while they're supposed to be in the quote-unquote millennial reign, that they're still waiting for the millennial reign to happen, how does that fit with the timeline that these preterists are giving us, these Satan short seasonists?
It doesn't.
It ends it. It ends it totally. There's just nothing for the Satan short season at all. Other mentions, Ignatius and Antioch, Polycarp and of Smyrna mention inheriting the future kingdom, but with few explicit details on its early nature. Barnabas, Epistle Barnabas, spoke of attaining and being glorified in the Lord's kingdom, also using figurative language at times. Now, these early writings show rich diversity of views, with many expecting a literal earthly reign of Christ, while others focus on spirituality and future glory of the kingdom. Now, I do find that odd that, like I said, all these people were after the so-called, quote-unquote, millennial reign. They were supposed to be in the millennial reign when all this happened. Really odd stuff. Do we have any Satan short seasonists in yet? Doesn't look so.
Yeah, I'm a Satan short season. I know it's got to happen. It just hasn't yet. It just hasn't yet.
I mean, I've been having the same nonsense with the Unitarians of late. Big talk all the time, but as soon as it's like, come defend your religion. Missing in action. So, we got more, thanks to Mr. I have to give it a shout out to Michael Kahn for giving this link. Really appreciate it. Let's actually go through it while we can.
I'm going to make more coffee. I'll be back.
Shot. Okay. This is the book against heresies that we were just talking about, guys. So this was book 5, chapter 25. Let's go look through the book of heresies. The fraud, pride, and tyrannical kingdom of Antichrist, as described by Daniel and Paul. And not only the particulars already mentioned, but also by means of the events which shall occur in the time of Antichrist. Shall it? Why are they writing it in a future text? I thought it's supposed to have happened already. It is shown that he, being an apostate and a robber, is anxious to be adored as God, and that although a mere slave, he wishes himself to be proclaimed as a king, for he, Antichrist, being endued with all the power of the devil, shall come, not as a righteous king, nor as a legitimate king, in subjection to God, but an impious, unjust, and lawless one, as the apostate, iniquitous, and murderous, as a robber, concentrating in himself satanic apostasy, and setting aside idols to persuade men that he himself is God, raising up himself as the only idol, having himself the multifarious errors of the other idols. This is he, that in order that they who do now worship the devil by means of many abominations may serve himself by this one idol, of whom the apostle thus speaks in the second epistle to the Thessalonians. Unless there shall come a falling away first, and the man of sin shall be revealed of the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so he sits in the temple of God, showing himself as if he were God. The apostle therefore clearly points out his apostasy, and that he lifted up above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, and that is above every idol. For these are indeed so called by men, but are not really gods, and that he will endeavor a tyrannical manner to set himself forth as God. Moreover, the apostle, he also pointed out this which I have shown in many ways, that the temple in Jerusalem was made by the direction of the true God. For the apostle himself, speaking on his own person, distinctly called it the temple of God. Now I have shown in the third book that no one is termed God by the apostles, when speaking for themselves, except him who truly is God, the Father, our Lord, by whose direction the temple which is at Jerusalem was constructed for those purposes which have already mentioned, in which temple the enemy shall sit. Remember, all this is still future tense, okay? This is written in future tense. This was after 70 AD.
Excuse me.
Okay, so it says, and the enemy shall sit endeavoring to show himself as Christ the Lord, so declare. But when you shall see the abomination of desolation, which have been spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, let him that readeth understand. Let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, and who are on the housetop, let him not come down and take anything out of his house. For there shall be a great hardship, such as has not been from the beginning until the world now, nor shall be. Now remember, this is talking about the third temple and the Antichrist. And all this is happening in future tense.
Right.
Do you guys have any explanations for this? If you would have been a how can I put it, a Satan short season preterist. And yes, there are preterists that just don't like it. Freedom says, why do you believe historians over your Bible? I don't want to tell you, Freedom. The link is above if you want to come and talk to us. I'm more than happy to answer you if you come in and have this discussion with me. And no, the Bible is true. Historians just validate what the Bible says. That's all. But the link is there. It would be great to have you in. What's your guys' thoughts?
Well, there's no explanation for it. Again, they've got to cherry pick to make it say what they want to say, and even the verses they cherry pick goes against them. You know, I keep saying this. You know, and they tell you that history's been changed to a mad degree that nobody knows what's going on, but yet they have to use history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find it really odd. Church fathers agree with the Bible. Exactly, Michael. The church fathers agree with the Bible. But yeah, I still don't understand how the Satchel Seasonists had voted for this subject, because it's been so utterly and thoroughly debunked. It's insane to ever think that anybody could still be thinking it to be true.
And that can be what he wants, so he can hide out what he wants, like he's going to,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
like he's going to disappear. You know.
So we'll just wait, I guess. Should we have a silent stream while we wait for people to come in?
Yeah, we can have a 1 minute silence for Satan Shot Seasoners, because Satan Shot Season is dead for the meantime, but will be resurrected when it happens. Yeah, true that, Sogs, true that.
If they carry on with Jim, they're getting... Yeah, I agree, Michael. This bullying that's happening against Jim Anus is uncalled for. And
Ridiculous.
I think anybody associating with this bully should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they took it upon themselves to go bully him. I mean, even see lightning at one point. I couldn't believe it, you know?
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't make any claims as to what he shows. He just shows what he shows in the sky, and that's it.
Shout
The
out to
art
Jim
is-
Anus. Yep, the only
Absolutely.
reason they're bullying him is because they're jealous that they can't do the same things. Because
Well,
the things
I-
that they present is
Yeah.
very low quality stuff that's frankly just clutching at straws and hoping it catches. Sorry,
But
it's the
again,
truth.
he said the person that's made that I used to like his observations as certain person. Mikey Smith used to like his observations.
Until he went on the toilet and badmouthed us, yeah.
Yeah, until he started buying madness all the time for no reason, started being jealous over super chats, stuff like that. You know, talking about people on his stream, but when you confront him, no, I'm not talking about you. That's why he doesn't mention names.
I just want to say thank you to everybody that does support as members and patrons and super chats and things, because it really does help me financially quite a lot. You have no idea how much. It's not much that I get, but it helps. Every bit helps. Especially telling PJ and Michael how much my car is going to cost me now to fix. So
That's crazy, man. Ridiculous. That's a new car's worth. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
it's not a small amount. So again, thank you everybody that had supported to get the car home and everything. I appreciate you guys.
But
Amen.
like I was saying, I used to like Mikey Smith's observations, but the thing is, he makes definitive claims on it. Definitive claims. You know, Jim just shows you what's in the sky, what his P900 sees. That's it. He doesn't make any claims.
Exactly.
So, and the thing is, Mikey's saying he's the only one doing this for flat Earth. What is pointing a camera at the sky doing for flat Earth?
If you want to do something for Flat Earth, read the Bible. There we go.
Right.
How's it
Yes,
going,
he
Chris?
goes out and does his activism
Hey.
like that, but that's his
Got-
own choice. Not everybody has to do that type of ministry, if you want to call it that. You know,
It's-
Correct.
Yeah.
and he's got a bad attitude when he does it.
Mhm.
Like, even though the flat earth is true, sure, not everyone needs to carry that banner.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
I-
they just don't.
Nope.
Because it's about the truth after all, and yeah, Keith's right. It's about, getting to know God, who is truth,
Mhm.
Right.
and getting in his word. Yep.
You know, I'm so glad that Jim doesn't make any claims, because if he made any claims because of his observations, he would have to back them up. All he's doing is showing what he sees in the sky and makes no claims whatsoever. And they are his videos. I've seen him transition from the sky to his pigeon coop in the back garden. And you know what I mean? Well, not transition, but kind of pan down to it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Vicky, how's it going? Hope you're doing well.
When you make threats to leak somebody's identity and that in their comments, and as a flat earther, you know, like there's a lot of people that have shit happen to them because they're flat earthers.
Yeah.
And when you're telling them you're going to expose their identity and stuff, that's messed up.
And it's sick. Especially, what if you're just a private person? And I know Jim has come on my panel to show us he was a real person just because he doesn't speak in his videos. He came on my panel.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's anyway not tonight's subject. So.
No, of course not. Of course not.
But yeah, I see the votes showing 48% for Satan's Little Season has been debunked. They say no. So where are these 48% of people that telling us Satan's Short Season hasn't been debunked?
Right.
How has it not been debunked?
We just literally showed it now wrong, like as in totally.
It's, I don't know.
It's insanity.
It's a cult.
Yeah.
It is a cult.
It's insanity.
And they've got more than 10,000 followers, so it's definitely like a cult. That's for sure.
But yeah, to everybody, the link is in the chat if you want to come in and have the discussion. If you believe we live in Satan's short season at the moment. It's called preterism, even though they don't like that word. That's what it is. Just be fact. Yeah. Come in and show us how it's not being debunked. So you guys like the thumbnail?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool, man. Jesus stomping on the Satan.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of doing, getting it like, because every time someone talks about like Satan's short season, they always give this like story and thinking it's like Satan's in charge now. Jesus is hiding in the North Pole or something. It's like, no. Jesus
it's almost
comes
glorifying
down.
It's Lucifer.
Yeah. Jesus doesn't go anywhere, even when the millennial reign is over. He's still going to be here. He doesn't go cower away somewhere. He just releases Satan because Satan has to try and gather his armies for Armageddon. For the final battle, I would say, the final judgment.
Yeah, well, John Levi's saying it, Ryan, and that's kind of what fuels a lot of it, is that type of stuff. He was live last night. Or early hours this morning when I was putting out my video or something. Can't remember, but he was live, and I quickly went in there to see how everybody's just like, oh, yes, of course, John Levi. Yeah. They're just crazy. They all seem all hypnotized. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds like an honest guy, and believes it, but people are just taken in by, and I don't believe that all of his photos are going to be real, Not that he knows it. I'm just saying that some of those photos are dubious.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
They get nasty as well, Satan short seasoners.
Oh,
when you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
They actually get worse than the anti-flat earthers. And that's shocking.
It's really bad, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've had a few dealings. For instance, let's take that Greg, that pig slap at Wink guy. How bad has it even been with him? And then that Miles, remember Miles?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I don't know. I've seen the Satan short season belief has kind of attracted a very certain type of people.
Yeah.
Was
True Christian? Was it True Christian he was called? Is he a Satan short seasoner?
I don't know who is. All I know is True Christian's not a Christian.
Yes, absolutely right.
His fruits have been shown to be rotten, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to be blunt, but it's the truth. If the guy can go and try and cause so much division on falsehoods and literally create false narrative about someone, that's not the fruit of the Spirit.
Far from it.
And the fact that he doesn't even want to repent or even apologize about it, just reiterates what I'm saying. Hey, Juan, good to see you, man. And I agree, Michael. It's that nonsense from Tataria that's fueling all these things.
Yeah.
Not flat Tataria nonsense. That's totally just man-made fan fiction.
Yeah.
Anybody who believes in Tataria and mudfloods, please, gonna have to get your head fixed.
The only way I see it, if there was such a thing as a mud flood, it was in the Great Flood, as in
Noah's flood.
earth and water makes mud, you know. And there was a lot of it, earth and water, Noah's flood, you know.
Mhm.
Do you know what I didn't get about the whole short season thing? Like the people would come in your chat and would like get on with everybody, but as soon as it came to short season, they were horrible.
Very bad.
Yeah, there's a spiritual thing attached to it, without a doubt.
100%. I mean, like I said, they're voting like crazy saying, no, it's not been debunked. Yet they're not just coming in and showing us how it's not debunked.
Surprised Pig Slapper ain't come in.
Oh, he's got the link.
No.
He's got the link.
Is
But
he
then
still
again-
doing stuff?
Yeah, he's still
Is he
doing his
still-
stuff, and he's still saying Jesus is Satan. I don't know how he can
Mate.
claim to be a Christian and claim in the same breath Jesus is Satan.
You can't.
And he doesn't trust Paul, who wrote most of
No,
the New Testament.
he throws Paul. I just want to point out though, any Christian who claims to throw the book of Paul, Paul away, which is practically the whole New Testament, you're literally Muslims.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he wrote most of the letters, man. He wrote most
Because
of
the
letters.
Muslims push that. The Muslims push that Paul came and corrupted the scriptures. If you guys haven't realized that.
Yeah.
All
I
I
heard.
see
I
is
heard-
him preaching what Christ taught. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I get that. He does do a lot of red letter, and I also heard him say he doesn't like Paul because Paul's a hypocrite. But I've heard him be a hypocrite himself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
But you see,
contradicting.
but that's the thing with God
what he's
though.
saying.
If you look at history through the Bible, God uses sinners to spread his word.
Mhm.
He uses people that chose not to be perfect, that do the biggest. I mean, even look at David. Look at the things
Yeah.
David did, okay?
Mhm.
And he was the king of Israel, and he was anointed that. He was a man after God's own heart, and he still did nonsense. Big nonsense.
Oh yeah, I mean, life taking nonsense, you know.
And that's what's
Adultery
awesome about the
nonsense.
Bible. Because
Mhm.
it doesn't hide the person's sins and their wrongdoings.
Right.
It uses it and shows God's grace. Where you get, for
Yeah.
instance, the Quran, it tries everything it can to justify the sin.
Yeah, I mean, Moses killed before his ministry, you know.
Hmm.
You get Muslims who say that drinking alcohol and doing other things is not as bad as not praying.
Mm.
Yeah, it's called justification of sin.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's madness.
Hmm.
We just had an imam done for marrying children
Mm.
near me.
Insane.
Sickening.
Well, and yeah, God does use sinners, and the difference is, I dare say, is that the sinners in the Bible, they're not in like perpetual denial, trying to justify themselves.
Mm.
No, they actually take the correction, like, oh, yep. Like with David, like he didn't just deny it perpetually if he did something wrong.
You know, he'd lament.
Right.
He'd lament for a bit, and then he said, "But you're God." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mm.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, with the Satan's short season stuff, it's like we're seeing, what we know is actually truth. We can back it up, but they don't want it to be true. Like they're still battling with their own will,
Mm.
and they don't know it.
I was friends with someone that was a Satan short seasoner,
Mm.
and they kept trying to kind of
The
Get
agenda,
me
the
in-
agenda was to convert you to their cult.
yeah, and
that's
it was
happened to
very
me too.
much,
A few of
Yeah.
like,
them,
a lot.
a few of them tried to do that with me, and when they saw I'm not budging, then all of a sudden I was the biggest fake on the earth. It's like,
Of course.
wow,
Yeah.
just because I don't agree with your heretical doctrine, which is a cult, and we've
Yeah.
shown you how it's false, I'm now fake. I'm not a Christian. I'm now
Yeah.
just crazy. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's all the names under the sun. Just because we
what's-
don't move to their cult.
Right. And what's the
So, yeah,
first
like,
response
them
of you
not
done?
wanting
Yeah,
it-
you're
th-
calling Jesus a liar.
Yeah, they
Right.
love
Them
saying
not
that.
wanting it to be true doesn't make Keith or PJ or Vicky false, or Chris. You know what I mean?
Of course.
No.
Of course.
No, but
So
that's
yeah,
why
it's
they
like,
think, Eric.
pray for them anyway. Yeah, it's like it just shows where they are spiritually at, and it's
Yeah.
not a good spot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get to a point and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done. Like, I don't want to hear about it no more.
Mm.
And that's a healthy choice.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
right.
man.
Absolutely.
It was
Mhm.
like a daily thing, being sent multiple things daily, and you're like, no.
Yeah. I remember.
Like, I'm not the best at telling this story, but like it's like kind of a lifeguard story, where like there's a drowning person, but they still have a lot of strength left, and if you try to go out and rescue them, they'll end up drowning you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes you really need to wait for them to just wear themselves out before they're actually ready to surrender.
Yeah.
I think for me as well, because I was new to Christianity back then. We're talking a while ago now, and for me, I felt like they were trying to get me while I was kind of new.
Green.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's like even other believers, I dare say, kind of do that sometimes on accident.
I remember someone saying to her as well when she says, "No, I don't believe in same short." No, they actually came to her and says, "Oh, I heard that you don't believe in Satan's short season." Like they were asking in a way like it's such a surprise to them,
Yeah.
like it's the mainstream. That's what every Christian believes. You know what I mean? It's,
No, but
Mhm.
you know,
then it's you need to, because Jesus is coming back soon, and you need to see it before it's too late. And it's
Amen.
like, no.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, good to see you, brother. He says SLS is the epitome of an anti-gospel. 100% agree. Christ taught the
Right.
gospel of the kingdom come, and SLS claims it's already come and gone. No one can
Right.
find it, and no word about its return. That's exactly that. It's
Yeah,
all
what are we
just
waiting for?
nonsense.
yeah, what are we waiting for if it already all happened? You know?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, through history, all the church fathers, all the writings, everything just shows they were looking to the future of the millennial kingdom. Okay?
Yeah.
We're still
Yeah.
waiting for this. If Jesus has returned, he wouldn't leave. He would still be here. Secondly, the Mount of Olives would be split in two. The stars would have fallen to earth. We still have the Mount of Olives not split in two. We still have Jerusalem standing. The third temple has not been built. The son of perdition has not been presented. There's been no mark of the beast. There's been no great tribulation.
Nope.
Nothing is fitting with what they had to be happened if Jesus has returned.
Right. Right. And a small meteor shower doesn't equal stars.
No.
No, it doesn't.
I'm just gonna get myself some water quickly. 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't believe in it, and as much as they push it on me, yeah, it's never going to happen.
If Jesus came back again, you would know it.
Exactly, but they seem to think they know stuff that none of us know. Like, it's the pushiness of it I don't like.
Well, it's like, yeah, that's their will. Like they're always trying to force their will onto something that's just not true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I've noticed
The
like there's a
whole
lot of
point is
emotion
coming-
with them where they feed off of their emotions, and it's not from God.
The whole point of the second coming is Armageddon.
I don't
I
know
think
why
there's a
they're
lot of
wrong.
debate. Well, he came back like whenever, like in front of the disciples or something, right? The second coming. Then is that the argument, or something like? Oh, I don't know what they say. I've heard something like I thought I heard. Flat Pig Boink said. Big Slap Boink.
Well, then again, he says a lot of things, though. I mean, he's told us that Jerusalem's in Las Vegas.
I remember
He
that.
says the Mount of
Las
Olives is the
Vegas.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5022 Freedom says they lied about the shape of the earth but not history. You can always click the link and come and discuss, and I can more than happy show you how not all history has been changed. It's amazing that these guys always want to run with history's been changed so much you can't trust it. There is validatable history, and there's history that you can clearly see is validated that has been changed. Okay? But there is history claims that they say was totally removed, and that's nonsense, like Tartaria, mud floods, and all that. There is no evidence it ever existed. There's no evidence that it even showed to have existed or even been taken out. It's literally folklore. It's mythical belief system.
Yeah, and then they want to use that same history that got changed to fuel or help their claim. You know.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That's so true, Sean. SLS is only possible in a generation that's historically ignorant and has had their attention span crippled like only TikTok can do. 100% agree.
Ooh.
It's called brain rot.
TikTok brain rot, yeah, absolutely. Because it does. It's aptly named TikTok, as it like if you're just scrolling through it and you're mind-numbingly, spirit-crushingly just scrolling through it, you look up in 5 minutes time and it's 3 hours time. It's brain rot. It's aptly named TikTok because the time just flies.
Yeah.
You know.
I know, but there's some. I watch TikTok.
Yeah, but you go to select channels.
I can't stand TikTok. The only reason I'm on TikTok is so we can stream on there. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have TikTok at all.
No.
Like, I don't follow any like big creators or anything like that on there. I follow people that are out for.
Well, there you go.
The truth and like the patriots for Britain and stuff.
But I used to upload them now and again, but I just thought. I mean, I got like 16,000 views from a carp catch once, you know. But in the comments, I was like, people berating me for it because I didn't have a landing map. It was my first or second time carp fishing. You know what I mean? I'd never carp fished before. Okay. But I got a carp and I proudly displaying it. Oh, because I didn't have a landing map. I was being cruel and all that kind of stuff. And there was a fisherman in there. I said, look, it's his bloody first time. He's a lure fisherman. He's not used to that type of fishing. You know what I mean? I'm used to like getting a lure out, you know, getting the fish out, it's on the hook, taking it off the hook, throwing it back. Simple as that. You know, carp or bigger.
Yeah. Freedom is just saying, all we have to do is believe our Bible to believe true cosmology, but not the timeline. I don't understand what he's talking about. The Bible is also very clear on the timeline as well. I don't know why you would only believe some parts of the Bible and not the other parts. Doesn't make sense to me.
What I don't understand is how you refer to cosmology Bible. Like in the creation, he talks about just the atmosphere. He just talks about the land, the seas, the lights. I don't know what cosmos. So the stars is their discrepancy with that or something, I guess. That's what, because cosmology to me is outer space, like other galaxies, like cosmos. Like astronomy is like just looking at the stars.
No, it's not scientific.
You see that what the thing is, they just
constellation.
Yeah, they look at the stars and then they see patterns, and those patterns is just as the Bible says, it's just cycles. Okay, for times and for seasons. And they want to apply it into their belief system of trying to explain it based on how the earth works according to their belief. And that's it. Yeah. And the bottom line is all this is based upon a pagan belief system that pushes the true God away from you. That's it. It's as simple as that.
And funny, the spheres are always orbiting spheres, or if it's
Totally.
not a sphere, if it's like even the sun, like these things that are orbiting the sun and the moon that's orbiting the planets and the Earth too, but then the sun's going around the blooming the Milky Way or whatever, the galaxy, you know, all this kind of stuff. So everything is orbiting, corkscrewing and spinning through, by, past everything else, you know. It's nuts.
They're gonna believe a scientist over that says the sun came first over the Bible that it was on day 4.
Who's that
I just
person
want to
on
say
the panel?
thank you, Wayne Bailey, on my WhatsApp. Just sent a super chat for $5 with a clown face. Well, I hope you're not calling us clowns, but thank you anyway for your super chat. Appreciate the support. You are able to click the link and come and debate if you are a Satan short seasonist. More than happy to hear you out. But thank you for your super chat. I don't know why the people lately I've been seeing if I get a super chat, it's usually trying to insult.
So it looks like it is a Satan short seasonist.
Probably.
Because the last thing they came in on was why believe in Satan's little season. And they were on about debating you.
Well, you can come debate. Like I said, this is Satan short season. Their chance to prove that Satan short season isn't debunked, correct? And
But they kind of proved our point.
yeah, I mean, what did we say a few minutes ago about their whole demeanor and how they act? And his super chat is making that point for us.
Yeah, and the other one that you were talking to, the other one in that chat,
Oh, freedom.
and one of them also said, you make Jesus a liar, and that was in Beware of Satan's Little Season.
Shame. Notice I've invited both of them personally now to come in multiple times, so I think they know they can't defend their cult, unfortunately.
I understand.
Well, we
now
know
what
they
you mean
can't.
by cosmology, because that's how they understand it. They understand it as cosmology. Yeah, I get it. First, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't understand what you're talking about. You got to speak in their terms.
Yeah. Wayne Bailey needs to debate. I 100% agree, Freedom. Yeah, Ryan, the super chat's on my other stream, the vertical
Yeah,
stream.
Yeah, his avatar is
Haters money spends the same, exactly, Cassie.
yeah.
I'll take it.
The certificate. He's got a certificate on his avatar that says, "Certificate oldest man in the world." Then underneath it says, "The Roman soldier who pierced a crucified Jesus."
That's actually something I want to... Oh, got another super chat. Thank you very much again,
You
Wayne,
have
for
your
another
chat
$5.
subzone.
He says, causes you... What? Causes you have your chat to subs only. What?
It means you've got your chat to subs only. Well,
Yes.
yeah, because
Yeah, I do it because the problem is if I don't put it to subs only, we get a influx of like crazy amount of trolls, and then it's just the poor mods have to spend their whole evening not even paying attention to what's on stream, and just have to get rid of all the trash. So at least with the subs, it kind of mitigates the trolls to an extent. Because they feel too... how can I put it? Like Karens, they're too woke, they're too easily offended that they rather won't subscribe and say anything. You understand?
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, I set mine to subscribe, and they always wait 5 minutes to come and say something. You know what I mean? Even if it,
I'm at least lenient and let them say something straight away. But it's helped it. It's helped to just calm the trolling down a bit.
At the end of the day, does it make a difference? You can unsubscribe straight away if
They
you
do
want
anyway. They do at the end of the
to. You know
day.
what I'm saying? So it makes no difference.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan, for your
I
$5. Thank you very much. He says to keep it balanced out. Woohoo! Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate the support. But yeah, they can, which they do anyway. If you haven't realized, my subs go negative instead of positive. My subs go down and not up. For some odd reason.
Another one.
Well, that,
Even my backup subs have started to come down there.
yeah. The thing is, you see, people don't like truth. If you preach truth, you get hated quite a lot.
Did you see that?
You'd
You know,
you'd have a bunch of Bible believers wrecking your false. Wait, then come in and wreck us false premise. Come, we. I've got like 8 Bibles in front of me, different translations. Which ones you want to go through? I'm more than happy.
now you'll have to come in because you can't type in chat.
Oh, Vicky, I was having fun with him. Come on.
I'm nice like that.
How
If
long
you
did you
really
hide
want
him
to
for?
talk, You'll come in.
How long did you hide him for though?
Just permanently.
No, man, don't do it permanently. Poor guy. You're gonna hurt his feelings too much, and he's gonna never come. Maybe just
That was
timing
that was
out.
the idea.
Maybe just time him out for a. I'll time him out for 5 minutes. If he still unbehaves, then we can do it. You understand?
Yeah,
It's just
I'm not that nice.
the problem is with these people. They got cognitive dissonance problems.
Yeah, I can feel the vibe off him already though. I think Vicky's right about him, but I get what you're saying. Absolutely.
Just give them that little chance. You know what I mean? And Ryan for
I
another
get
$5. Thank you. He says, "I got you." Woohoo! Thank you very much, man.
But the
And
thing
yeah,
is,
like, oh, go ahead.
sorry, if they really thought they were going to wreck you, they'd come in. They wouldn't be sat in the chat where none of us lot are. They sat in a chat where it's just them.
Hmm.
Yeah. Have you got subscribe? You haven't got subscriber mode on in your vertical, have you?
I
Or have you?
don't know. I don't think so.
So that's probably why he's gone.
Oh wait,
now.
I do. No, I do. I
Oh,
think
you
I do.
do?
It should be on there. If
Okay.
you go,
It's
if someone
on
can go
there
check,
anyway.
it should be able to show.
I was going to say, though, like, there's a good reason to, have people sub first for 5 minutes or whatever. Because it shows that they can at least show some self-control.
Right. Right.
I mean, that's not too high of a standard.
No, of course not. I mean, I
You
know.
tell
I
me
know
you
someone.
can't stay quiet for 5 minutes or something.
I know someone that had it on custom mode on subscribers, and it was what 30 years or something.
What?
Before
Yeah, they did.
His first name's DJ.
How do you get
Then it's
that?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I didn't know
it's
you
got
can set
something
it for that
to do
long.
with that video. It's got something to do with the phase of the moon that you don't see.
Yeah, I didn't know you can set it that long.
Yeah, you can say it was set for something that it was impossible to type. Impossible to type in their comments in the chat.
But
Yeah,
again,
custom.
Satan Short Seasonist, come in. The link is there. This link expires in 10 minutes, and then we'll put a new link. So come on, if you just want to chat for 10 minutes, this is your opportunity. This is also the thing I don't get. These are the same people that tell me, "Oh, you just have an echo chamber. You don't let anybody talk."
Yeah,
Where are you?
yeah. Even blind people can click the link. You know what I mean?
Like, they have every availability to talk.
Hmm.
So, yeah, they can't really justify that attitude.
Maybe we're just too ruthless with them. I don't know. Maybe they don't like the
And
fact that we are able to debunk them at every turn. I don't know.
Well, it's not even really us doing it. It's God's word.
Mhm. Hey, Deborah,
Mhm.
good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Another super chat for $2. Thank you again, Wayne Bell, for another super chat. Yet you can avoid subbing by using super chat. That's
Will you
cool. I
pay
didn't know
that?
that. I didn't know you can do that, but thank you for your super chat anyway. But Wayne Bell, I would love to have a discussion with you if you believe Satan's short season, which you do, because that is the discussion topic, and I'm more than happy to hear all the evidence that you have to claim.
So, but you'd rather pay money than just sub for. You can easily unsub at the end. You know, I mean, you'd rather pay money.
Yeah, Deborah,
Right.
we're busy talking about Satan's short season and how it's debunked. that was voted for today, but the problem is the Satan short seasonists are only voting saying how it hasn't been debunked, and none of them are actually coming in to tell us how it isn't debunked. So, yeah, that's about it. But notice how we are enjoying life and still laughing, while they're sitting there and probably tearing their hair out their heads.
Yeah.
Where's Deb?
She's in the Stronghold channel.
I'm like looking. I've been on both of them.
Yes, my Stronghold.
On this
My
channel.
Stronghold
No,
channel.
and I was like, am I seeing things? Like, am I missing something?
Why? What were you missing?
Hey, Sean is in the house. What's up, brother?
I'm gonna drop in case anyone else wants to come in.
All right, babe. Love you.
So thanks for
Love you.
coming,
Bye.
Vicky. Blessings.
Hey,
You said Sean.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Kaz.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, there we go. How's it going, man?
Good. How you guys doing today?
Good, good. We just
Hey,
waiting.
bro.
We're just waiting for some people to show up to actually defend their belief systems. That's it.
Yeah. I
Sean,
thought I'd jump on and give you some interaction. Oh yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I seen your speech or whatever on the 2022 Flatzoberfest in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
I was at
That's
that.
cool. Were you there?
Yeah, you did it. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool, man.
yeah, I seen your
What'd you
thing.
think?
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool, man.
Fair play.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't think I'm crazy?
That's a different story.
I don't subscribe to your channel. I should, but I just seen your thing back then. I was just wanting to give you a shout out for that. Like, yeah, man.
What did you think that my presentation? Part of my presentation was making a historical link between Odin, the Germanic god Odin, being just a different representation of the Hebrew version of Satan, and then the person who gave a speech right after me was an Odinist who shouted "Hail Odin."
Really?
Oh no.
Wow.
I didn't know he was going to be going after me. I didn't know it was going to happen, but I just thought it was pretty ironic.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's been a few years, man. We're in 2026 already. It's like four years ago, I guess.
Yeah, there was a lot of
3
people
years.
drunk and high at that conference, so I don't know if anybody remembers anything.
A lot of cannabis, yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, Keith, I
Yeah,
called in real
and-
quick because I was going to steel man an SLS argument that I just got yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So to give you some engagement here, I'm not speaking derogatorily about this person. They were really sweet about it, but the argument I'd never heard this one before, and I thought I might let you swirl around with it.
Okay.
They said Isaiah 4. They claim it's talking about the covering over the New Jerusalem in Isaiah 4 it's kind of like a veil that cloaks it, makes it hidden from the world. And that was their interpretation of Isaiah 4 verses 5 and 6. And they also said, what was the other verse they used? They used this other verse to try to claim, they used 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 52, to try to claim that only people that are with Jesus are going to be able to see the New Jerusalem on the earth. And that's why none of us can see it. So they use those two verses to try to claim it's like Star Trek. It's like cloaked.
It's cloaked, yeah. Oh wow.
It's like a Klingon New Jerusalem.
What?
Oh, that's great.
That's
That's what I mean. They take some of the indoctrination away from heliocentrism. When they find out it's fire, they still can't let go of that sci-fi, and they have to put it into the Bible.
Yeah, like when you read Isaiah chapter 4, verse 5 and 6, it just says that the covering that it's mentioning in that passage is going to give shelter to people from the wind and the rain.
Yeah.
And it's not talking about some secret technology cloaking an entire 1,500-mile city.
It says it in 6, and there will be a tabernacle for shade in the daytime from the heat,
Mhm.
for a
And
place
of
of
refuge.
refuge, and for a shelter from storm and rain.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. But that's the extent that they go to. And what's crazy is like they tried to make the case with me like as if they were 100% confident that this was what God was trying to communicate in those passages. And it's just it's a level of confidence that, kind of like you said, that only goes with a cult mentality.
That's crazy.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
that's like
that's
some
a-
Stargate Atlantis type stuff, where they can cloak the whole city. Not sure if you guys have seen that at all, but yeah.
I mean, surely if it was that type of thing, it would have been called a veil, you know, a veil of some sort, you know. I mean,
But I mean,
And don't get me wrong, I believe there is like not Star Trek style, but there is like cloaking technology that the military has created
oh yeah.
that just reflects light and bends it around stuff.
of course.
But
Sure.
when all the prophecies about Jesus showing up and the New Jerusalem being here and all the nations coming to it, and that's how there's peace on the earth, like it would be antithetical to that message
Mhm.
to claim that the city's going to be hidden once it's here. It's the whole purpose for it to come down and be here is to be interacted with.
But there's
Mhm.
people.
Yep.
The thing is, people in Jerusalem right now. How is it hidden? They're literally in Jerusalem.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just a bunch of conjecture and wild speculation. And there's actually a verse, I think, is it in Titus 3, that talks about those who are divisive because of wild speculation. I think it's in Titus 3. I could be wrong. I'm driving right now, so
No
I
stress.
can't look it up.
I'm just gonna put a new link up quickly, guys, because this link's gonna end now.
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll check it out. Okay. Let me
Right on.
just. Okay. While we put the new link up, guys, thank you all for coming. Appreciate you. You rock. Please do come in if you want to defend Satan's Short Season, and if you have anything to say about it, just let us know. It'd be great to have you guys in. Appreciate you all. Okay, let me put the new links in. Placement message. And appreciate everybody that has been sending the super chats and all my members and Patreon members. Thank you very much for your support. Okay. Eat meat. PJ.
Long time, bro. Long time.
It's been a long time, man.
Absolutely.
But that's an interesting thing, though, what he just said. That kind of caught me off guard when he said that. Though.
Yeah, never had that. Never had that. But yeah, that's got nothing. Yeah, that's nothing to do with a cloaking, some kind of cloaking thing.
That's
It says
interesting, though.
exactly what it is. It says exactly what it's for.
But I
you
mean,
know?
how much gymnastics do you have to go with your brain to try and figure, come up with that kind of story?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's,
Right. Looking for anything within prophecy that they can use. It must be. And then, they've got the conclusion, they're looking for the scripture to back it. And then they have to, say, well, this must mean that, It's secular reasoning, like, it's begging the question like the globe. What did he say? Did he talk about Titus? Which Titus?
Titus
Was
3,
it 3,
yeah.
did he say?
Yeah, but Titus
3
3 is just about, reminding people on how to be cordial to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small letter. Titus, the small letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very small. Very small. 1 page in it. It's not even a chart. Well, it's...
Yeah, it's we can read it out if you guys really want to.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? I don't know if I'm back in.
Yeah, you're
You
in.
are.
You're in, man. No stress.
Hey, so what it reminds me of, that interpretation that this person was trying to sell me on from Isaiah 4. It reminds me, because I've been doing a kind of a deep dive. I just put out the historical roots of of the Christmas tradition, and I was doing like a deep dive into the 1st and 2nd century writings. And am I still on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you on? We're listening.
Okay, sorry, it's getting some weird pop-ups on my
No
on my
stress.
phone, trying to get me to like go do something else away from the app. That's weird. So basically, in my deep dive into some of the church writings of the 1st and 2nd century, they were battling Docetism so badly that there was like 10 different arguments for Docetism from various interpretations. And so then you got people like Tertullian, Irenaeus, and other guys that are constantly trying to battle it, and they're having to address all the different interpretations.
Book of Heresies.
And yeah, but you can just feel their frustration, right? Because they're like, they knock down Marcion's interpretation, and then here comes Valicides, and then they knock down his interpretation, and here comes Valentinius, and then they knock down his, and then one of Marcion's apostles, or one of Marcion's disciples, he broke off, rejected Marcion, and then created his own version of a Docetic interpretation. His name was Apelles. Instead of like breaking away from Marcion and actually going back to the apostles and going back to the truth, like he just created his own heresy and weird Docetic interpretation.
But that's what
and then they had to battle that.
But that's what they do. They make a new offshoot as soon as something gets debunked with it. Instead of just saying, okay, we're wrong, they just try and work a way around that thing. And that's exactly how the globe works as well. That's why gravity's the way it is right now. It's exactly the same. Instead of just saying, okay, it's wrong, let's do something else, they rather make a God of the gaps argument and work something out to try to sort it out, you could say.
Yeah, it is interesting because it reveals it wasn't the argument that swayed them. It was the spirit behind the argument.
Yeah.
And that's the bigger issue is like, look, like I said in my initial comment, the whole message of Christ in Luke 4:43 and 44 is the gospel of the kingdom. Like he tells us to pray, your will be done, your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Like this concept that Ezekiel 36, Revelation 21, the tabernacle of the Lord is going to descend to the earth. Like it's the kingdom come. That's how peace is going to be on the earth. It's like a huge promise in the Bible. And this Satan little season thing completely negates the promise.
Right.
Yeah, it waters down Jesus' words.
It does.
Yeah.
Totally. It's because they love taking, for instance, Matthew 24, and they like to misrepresent what Jesus says. Totally, because they're taking the prophecies that were like spoken of in Zechariah and Isaiah and things, and just try and say it's just allegorical at the end of the day, which is nonsense.
Basically, it's like preterism got a makeover in a new car.
Yeah, exactly that.
Is having a midlife crisis, and now it's going out trying to pick up chicks in this new convertible. It's like preterism, because it's built upon preterism. They just don't. Many of them don't realize that.
They don't like it though when you tell them it is preterism. They know preterism's heretical, so they don't like when you call them a preterist. But Satan's short season is by fact preterist.
Yes, it is.
It's preterism, but they don't want to just accept that fact, which I think is really disingenuous of them, though.
Yeah, some of the people that were interacting on my channel a few months ago when we were talking about this, they were claiming that they rejected typical preterism, which hinges upon 70 AD the most.
Yeah.
They think all the turning points happened then. Well, they tried to claim that Christ came back around the year 500, AD 500, and was here for 1,000 years, and Satan was let out around the 1600s.
Oh yeah,
and
I've heard that as well. Yeah.
And then when Satan was let out, it was a contributing factor to the United States being birthed. I was like, wait, what? Not the French Revolution, huh? Not the Bolsheviks in Russia, not the Ming Dynasty in China. None of those significant cultural revolutionary events, but not Napoleon trying to kill everybody. No, but the United States only, huh? Like it's these just some crazy subjective arguments with no proof. It's just
Well,
all speculation.
But I don't know if you.
There's not a shred of evidence.
Yeah, nothing against Americans and you guys, but don't you guys think that I've seen it in a lot of things, especially like a lot of conspiracies. They try and center America to everything.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Wait, you mean like? Can you
Like
say
if-
it again? You mean like?
center it
eschatology
to
stuff?
yeah. It's like it's always America's important to everything. I don't know why.
Yeah, there's a lot of Christian, not apologists, but eschatology, prophecy people that try to make America like the centerpiece.
the Eagles.
Some of the
wings.
reasoning why they try to do it is because of the like the the powerful prominence of the nation amongst other nations,
Yeah.
as well as the symbology of the eagle,
Yes, it's
and they
also
attribute
Eagles
that
wings.
to Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So they try to say it's like the revived Roman Empire, like the United States is like
Yeah.
Rome 2.0 basically.
yeah, because I've heard them like say it's it's the Eagles' wings in the end time prophecy. It's like I've even heard some people are liken that America's like the Jesus returning and going to be the Messiah to save Israel. I'm like, that's not how it works. It's not.
Well, we've got people over here that try to teach that America is the beast of Revelation. They try to teach that America is Babylon itself from Revelation 18, and they try to say that it's it is the military power of Revelation 18 Babylon that's going to persecute the whole world, and it's just kind of it's such a weird, in my opinion, it's such a weird interpretation because so many of them think that like nothing could ever happen to the United States. They hold that view because they think we're so secure and we're so powerful, no one could ever take us down. So we must be that dominant nation in Revelation at the end of the age. And it's just such a conceited, crazy interpretation because like
Yeah.
God can take any nation down in a heartbeat.
Right.
Like like that's like the lesson of Daniel 2. Is like that's what Nebuchadnezzar had to learn in Daniel 2 is that Yahweh installs whomever he wants and raises up nations and destroys nations whenever he chooses. You can't stop it. So like just because a nation has been powerful for a couple hundred years, that's like nothing compared to the Roman Empire, which was powerful for like 1,000 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they ruled most of the known world back in the day and were tyrannical and were not righteous, but yet they, for whatever reason, Yahweh in his infinite wisdom let them persist. So like it's just such a weird American-centric view because, to answer your question, Keith, I think it's a lot of people over here are just, they've never seen war on their shores. It's not like Europe where there's always a history of warfare with your neighbors. We've never seen war on our shores. Like Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, that was bad, but nobody, like, people don't think about that. They still think America's never been attacked, like on its actual shores.
Yeah.
And so there's this weird insulated, mindset where they think it's impossible for anything to take us down, and it's not the best mindset. Not everybody thinks like that. Don't get me wrong, but there is a lot of people that do think like that, and they just have this weird prophetic interpretation of like, oh, we must be the powerful nation in Revelation 18 at the very end because who's going to stop us from being powerful? We're powerful now. It's
Right.
such a weird, myopic, short-sighted view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting way of looking at it, but yeah. But I do believe
Yeah, if
that
you're-
America does have a role in the end times, though. Especially with like what's happening now, with like Iran and all these things. Because I mean, if you're looking at scripture, it's got to fall into line with a fake peace treaty coming sometime, and it is the way things are going now. It is laying the foundations for this. So, yeah.
Yeah, the 10 kings in Revelation 17,
Mhm.
verses 7 through 10. The 10 kings that give their authority to the beast for 1 hour.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that believe the power of America is one of those 10 kings. Because I don't know if you guys have been watching the news or not, but like there is a strong push, and this has been like a 20, 30-year-old agenda, worldwide agenda, but there's a strong push to make all of North America one, North and Central America, one governing body.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
So that's where they're trying to buy Greenland. That's where they're trying to tell Canada to join the U.S. That's where they're trying to. They haven't said anything about Mexico yet, but it's coming. I promise you, it's coming. But they're already trying to push for Greenland and Canada to become a part of the U.S. Because they want it to be from Colombia and Venezuela all the way through Central America, all the way to Greenland. They want it to be all governed by the U.S.
Yeah, it reminds you of that. I don't know if you ever played a board game Risk before.
Yeah.
It reminds you of that.
Yeah.
It's very strategic the way they are planning this out.
Well, it's interesting because like our military already covers all that territory anyway. Like we already defend the Atlantic and the Pacific from pretty much from Central America all the way to Greenland anyway, because we got Alaska on the Pacific side. So because the Panama Canal, we defend that. That's why they were trying to get control of the Panama Canal again recently, because the people in Panama were given way too much access to Chinese traders and not other nations, and so they're trying to take that away from the Panama people now. Even though we built it and gave it to them, they're trying to take it back in control of it because the Panamanians are being influenced by the Chinese. So the point of what I'm saying is, like, if you look on the map, Atlantic and Pacific, the United States military already patrols and defends that entire swath anyway on both sides. So it's more of a this worldwide agenda to divvy up all the countries into 10 geographical regions, to which you're going to have 10 kings from.
Yeah.
So that's at least the dominant theory.
Yeah. Oh man.
But I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about this. I kind of think that from what is told to us in Scripture and Revelation and other places, I don't interpret the beast character in Revelation 17 to be some sort of politician or some sort of prime minister or president. I think it tells us who it is in Revelation 9 and Revelation 11. It's the one who comes up out of the pit. And that's the reference in Revelation 17 to this beast, is the one who comes up out of the pit. He's the one who has the authority of the dragon in Revelation 13, and he goes out and makes war against the nations and the saints. Or some sort. And it tells us his name. It says his name's Apollyon. And if you look in history, Apollyon was an actual Greek god. He was an actual character.
Yeah, fallen angel.
Yeah, he's not a good dude. He's not a human either. He's not like a normal person.
Yeah.
So, that there's a reason why, in my opinion, there's a reason why he has 42 months to make war against the nations, and he has to be stopped by Christ returning.
Yeah.
Because Christ is the only one powerful enough, with the angels of God, to come back and actually stop him in Revelation 19. This is why I think Revelation 14 is so needed as a warning to believers that, if you're destined to go into captivity, you will go into captivity. If you're destined to die by the sword, you will die by the sword. This requires perseverance on the part of the saints. It's like it will be a time of tribulation.
Yeah,
you just
have to go
have
through.
to endure.
Yeah.
I don't really ascribe to like a pre-trib revelation.
Yeah, I'm also not a pre-tribber.
So,
I'm more or less thinking like mid-trib or post-trib, but it doesn't really matter to me because at the end of the day, we're very open about, our faith and stuff on the internet and stuff. So
yeah.
when it does come, we're like the first people, you know what I mean? It's not like we're going to be able to, oh no.
Yeah.
So we've kind of
they
made
already
our
know our
beds.
stance and have our faces.
Yeah, we've made our beds already. So yeah, we just stick it up with what God's already given us our foundation, and we take it as it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Now, I I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I personally believe that we have like another 70 or 80 years before we're going to see Revelation 9 happen.
We'll see. Nobody can really know, but the thing is,
Of
the
course not.
alarming pace that everything is going now, it's very close. And I don't know about you, but even with me, like, I don't really care about like what happens to me really, but my children is the ones I care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
of course.
It's them that I'm trying to pray and get up with, that they are on the right path, because if it doesn't happen in our life, it's gonna happen in their lifetime. So I want them to be ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you ever had a chance to watch my 42 series or my Investigating Babylon series?
Not yet. No, that's a long series though.
It is.
Yeah.
So I try to explain the reasoning, not just politically, but historically and scripturally, in the first video of my 42 series, of why I think they're going to try to make good on the panspermia nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what all this alien disclosure is about. That's my theory anyway, and I try to back up the theory in the video with a bunch of proof and stuff. But that's my theory, is that they're going to introduce us to our former progenitor of life. They're going to call him, the guy that seeded life on the earth, and he's come back now, and he's just like one of us, but he has evolved and he's much wiser and smarter, and that's how he seeded life on the earth. And he's coming back to check on us and keep us from killing ourselves with war, but really it's just Satan.
Yeah.
Like, that's my theory, is they're just going to be reintroducing the dragon in he's going to look like a man, but they'll reintroduce him to the whole world, and this is why the world's wondering after him in Revelation 13.
And that's what's interesting about the like all this transhumanism and AI and thing integration. I think that is kind of helping all this to come to fruition.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that we're going to have, at least my theory is, to get us to a state of actual depravity that is required into the Revelation 9 and 12 moments. I feel like they're going to have 30 or 40 years of people being familiarized and accustomed to, here's it, because they're trying to reinforce the globe narrative as well, right? So like, here's this alien progenitor, he seeded life on the earth, he's super advanced and smart, he cares about us, he's coming back to help us. That way you have future generations growing up not being scared by it, and just completely indoctrinated into, this is normal. Like, and of course, I don't think he's going to live on the ground. I think this is why I try to show in those videos, is that there's like the elites of the earth are talking about trying to build what's called O'Neill colonies. Have you ever heard of O'Neill colonies?
No.
So basically, you can Google this later and watch it, at your own time. But there's a speech that who's the guy's name from Amazon? The bald guy, Jeff. What's his name?
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. Yeah. So he gives a speech about the O'Neill colonies and how he believes that in 40 or 50 years, he says they're actively working on this now, and they want this to be the future in 40 or 50 years. They want to build habitats habitats that are in the sky. And they want, like, the elites, the movers and shakers, the captains of industry, and all the important people to be able to live in the O'Neill colonies in the sky, and then all the working class would live on the earth.
This reminds
It's basically
me of a movie.
It's like that movie Elysium.
Yes, I was thinking exactly that Elysium.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is their stated, like, he has openly stated this is their goal and what they're working towards for the next 50 years.
Wow. This is new news to me.
So that's why I believe if they can achieve, I do believe they have the technology to have, floating habitats in the sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I put into my series about how they're going to integrate the traveler, the first alien contact, and try to normalize it with us is that he's going to have a habitat that lives in the sky, because he's not going to feel safe living on the earth because of all the warfare and the disease and all that stuff. So he'll have a living habitat in the sky, and then only the privileged will be able to live in the sky and go visit with him and talk with him, while the whole world below wonders after
and
that.
And that's kind of like, if you think about the irony of that, it's kind of like mocking the Bible, because it's
Yes.
it's like putting deity to them. They live above, as God.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, this is what the ancient Egyptian theology was, brother. Ra in ancient Egypt. There's a book. I go over this in the second video. It's called Babylon Has Fallen. I go over this part 20. So my 42 series is a countdown from 21 down to 1. So the first video in the series is part 21. The second video is part 20. And I go over this in part 20 that in ancient Egyptian writings, there's an ancient writing called the Book of the Heavenly Cow, which, by the way, translates to the Book of the Firmament.
Book of the Firmament. Nice.
Because they called the firmament the Heavenly Cow in ancient Egypt.
Right.
Because they personified everything.
Yeah.
So the story in this is an 18th century BC discovery that was, archaeologists discovered this and translated it. And it's about Ra. It's about their patron god Ra and how he used to live on the earth, but then mankind rebelled against him, and he had one of his chief engineers build him an habitat in the sky attached to the firmament so that he could live away from mankind, but still be the all-seeing eye that governs mankind.
Sure.
That's where the all-seeing eye comes from. That's where the eye of Ra came from. So this is, I think they're just going to mimic the same, like the Greeks, the Akkadians, the Babylonians, they all believe that the gods lived below the firmament, but in the sky above them. So this is why we say the book of Revelation is just getting old school biblical. Just like you have two prophets show up in chapter 11 who have old school biblical prophet powers, you're going to have the gods show back up and get old school biblical in their old deceptions.
Yeah.
It's just like Jesus says, it's like being the days of Noah at the end of the age.
And it does,
Right.
and it does,
Nothing new under the sun.
it does remind me of the Tower of Babel. It's like why God had to, cause division and things between them. It's because they set their mind to it. They can do things, and that's exactly.
And doesn't it say extra biblically that they almost succeeded?
Yes.
Extra biblically, yeah.
Because it makes you.
Yeah, I mean, if you got, sending his angels to disrupt a building project, and he took him seriously.
Right.
Like how many big towers have we built, like Burj Khalifa and the Jeddah Tower, which is taller than Burj Khalifa. Like, and God's not stopping those construction projects.
No, it shows the scale of it. It was massive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Took
I think there was
3 days to march around extra biblically, something like that.
I think the Tower of Babel was something extraordinary then, if it had to take God so much attention that he actually had to,
Do something about it.
do something about it. Yes, he actually had to intervene.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Oh, insane. Yeah.
So anyway, that's not the fullness of the series that we talk about, because the Investigate Babylon series is more like a historical overview of all these ideas to show you, like, this is what the Greeks believed, the Indians believed, the Egyptians believed. This is the syncretism between those cultures and why they all worship the same. They're all worshiping Satan, just under different pantheons of variations.
Right.
But the 42 series gets more specific with some of the deceptions and the research I've done, and it's just been a lot of fun to put together. I'm currently, my next video in the installment I've been working on for 2 years, and it's about the Catholic Church.
Ooh.
Well, what are your thoughts about on
it's a big one.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on because I also get this a lot where people are claiming the Antichrist comes from the Catholic Church. I don't think so. But I do think the Catholic Church.
I don't think so.
I do think the Catholic Church is part of the New World System, though.
If if they're defining the Antichrist according to the first beast in Revelation, which is what most people do, then of course I just gave you my interpretation. I think it's actually the return of Apollyon. It's not some pope or bishop or cardinal.
Yeah.
I think personally, the city on 7 hills that's going to be destroyed with fire, that the beast is going to turn and destroy with fire. I think that is speaking about the papal Rome, but the Vatican.
Interesting.
So I don't think that the Catholic Church, I'm giving you like a brief summary here, but I don't think that the people, like all the people involved in the Catholic system, I don't think they're all reprobate unbelievers.
100%.
I think there's a lot of people there that have genuine faith.
Absolutely.
And are just in a bad system of bad teaching.
100% agree.
With a lot of man-made traditions, a lot of
Oh wow,
traditions.
yeah, it's insane
Right.
amount of traditions.
Some of the leadership is the problem. Some of like the actual, I mean, I don't know if you've ever done a deep dive on the history of the popes, but some of those guys were wicked men.
Terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
It's Catholicism. It's the problem. Catholics. You get honest Catholics out there, that confess the same as what we confess. That Jesus Christ is God and He died for our sins. They're just in bad doctrine.
Yeah, the thing is that, like
So
you're saying,
I
it's
think the
traditional
system-
doctrine. They're based on traditional doctrine.
Yeah. So my understanding, though, is just the system, like the Catholic system, which is over many people's, over many waters, as it's prophesied, as far as the woman that rides the beast.
Mm-hmm.
So this metaphoric woman character, my understanding is, it is the Catholic system, which is over, like, how many countries is it in? Like, ridiculous 170 countries or something like that. And they have representation from all these countries with all their cardinals and bishops.
Hey, give me 2 seconds. My wife's calling me. I think there's a bug or something in the room. Sorry.
He's got to go and do the chivalrous thing. Kill the bug. That's interesting, man. Interesting.
No, it's a frog in the bathroom.
A frog? Nice. There's not a plague of them, is there?
With media destroyed and burned with fire.
Mm.
So it's I do believe that that's what's the city on 7 hills is going to be destroyed.
Mm.
I think it's the one the
Yeah.
beast turns on.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. Yeah, but there is a lot
Because
of people.
because once he shows up, he starts enforcing worship for himself.
Yeah.
So you can't have like the largest, one of the largest competitors to him would be the Catholic system.
Yeah, of course.
You can't have that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've had someone come here and say that the Pope is the Antichrist, and Flatzoid, like, which one? He says, well, all of them. It's the Antichrist is the actual line of popes. That's his theory, that the line of popes is the Antichrist. I'm like, I don't agree with that. I say I don't fully agree with Catholicism, obviously, but I don't believe that the popes are the Antichrist. Is as blasphemous as they are, they're not the Antichrist. They've got Antichrist spirits, maybe, but not the Antichrist.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the Antichrist is an actual character, like a person. It's not just some personification for an entire organization.
Right, exactly.
Because he speaks,
Yeah.
and he's killed by Christ returning.
Right, absolutely.
And there's the second beast makes an image to him.
Yes.
It forces people to worship, and so it's hard for me to interpret all that to be just a massive system.
Guys, I see we do have someone in the house. Toad House says, I believe we're living in Satan's little season. Awesome, we got someone in. Do you want to come in and have a discussion? It'd be great.
Bless you guys. I'm going to jump off
You too,
and
brother.
let them go.
Thank you for coming,
Bless,
Sean.
man.
And
Bless, my Sean.
appreciate you, man. Okay, he's gone.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I have heard him say that about the Antichrist before.
What
Yeah.
ascended view? Greenland has just been secured by Trump. Camp of the Saints is being surrounded. Oh my word! No, that's just so wrong. But yeah,
Right.
ascended and Toad House. You guys are more than welcome to come in if you want. The link is there. Although we will be probably stopping the stream in about 20 minutes. If you're not coming in, we will be ending it. So, yeah. Interesting things he's been saying, Sean.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Oh,
They're literally a few days, a week old.
yeah. Yeah, but they're going to create their soccer
Of
accounts.
course they are. Of course they are. They always do.
But yeah, you guys can always come in and have a discussion. The link is there. Just wanted to say yes, on the 15th of...
Well, sorry, my bad. One of them, the soccer count. Toad House isn't. The other one is.
15th of February next month will be on Sean's channel debating.
Nice.
Trinitarian, did Jesus declare to be God in the Bible? So it's gonna be a good
Absolutely.
debate. I went to go look up who I'm going to debate. He's on TikTok though. I don't watch TikTok, but I did look through the stuff of his, and interesting. It seems to me like he's maybe a Messianic Jew,
Okay.
but I think he is. He's not a Trinitarian though. So it's gonna be interesting. He does look like a nice guy. So I think it's gonna be a good discussion.
So now yeah. So now you haven't just got like Unitarian Christians and Trinitarian Christians. You now got Unitarian and Trinitarian Messianic Jews. That's
You see, the thing
Yeah.
is, yes,
mad, isn't it?
yes,
Think
I'm
about it, yeah.
I'm quite harsh on the Unitarians and things. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you're not following the Jesus of the Bible, it's quite a serious thing. And I mean, I've like I said, I have passion for truth, and I want people to get to know Christ for who He really is. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they feel the same way that we do. Now, when I talk, for instance, like Metaphysics Mike and stuff, with him, I'm like plain straight, you know, calling him dishonest, because that's what he's doing. He's really dishonest there. But I've spoken to some Unitarians that I find, you know, they're genuine. But when it comes to people like Metaphysics Mike and that Dustin Smith, I find them very dishonest.
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, look at Sean. I think he's an honest guy. I really like him. I think he's great.
Yeah.
He's not a Trinitarian, but you can see in the way he presents himself and the way he talks, and you know, you can have a judge of character. There's a difference.
Well, I dare say he has a mature faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows. It does.
Toadhouse says, I'll try and get in and discuss. That'll be great. Can you please explain how to use the link? Yeah, just click on the link and then you're just going to join. It's going to ask you to just, you know,
Well,
have
you
your
click
mic
on the link
connected and your
then
camera or whatever.
then it says ask to join. You click on ask to join once you click the link.
Yeah, then I'll just let you in. But it'll be great to have you in. And again, thank you everybody for who's is here. Please please just hit the likes and share the show. It really, really does help the show to grow. And appreciate you all. See, the thing with Satan short seasonists, though, they all have varying beliefs on when it happened, you know, and all that. So
Right.
we have to figure out what this person believes specifically when they come in. But yeah, the link is there. Yeah, it's just click the link. It's not really hard. You just click the link and you follow what it says. In other words, it takes you straight to Google Meet and then you just join.
It's not the link that's pinned though, is it? Is the link
Yeah,
that's
it's
pinned?
pinned. Yes, it's pinned.
Oh, it's pinned. So so that one's fine.
Ascended View says we are all followers of Christ. Yeah, but are you a follower of the true Christ? That's the question. The problem with Satan's short season is they don't follow the true Christ, because they say Jesus already returned, and Jesus definitely hasn't returned yet. So they aren't believing in the same Christ that's taught about in the Bible. Because Jesus was very clear on things that have to take place before he comes. I mean, in Matthew 24, when he talks to the disciples privately on the Mount of Olives, they ask him 3 specific questions, and he answers all 3 specific questions in specific order too. So, and even references Daniel 9. And Daniel 9 is very specific about the Antichrist and the abomination of desolation that has to happen in the temple. Hey, and
I forgot about them.
and I mean, even Paul wrote about the man of lawlessness, which is the Antichrist, in the temple. So, and you saw when you read about the early church fathers, and the book of heresies, where they're telling us, he says it's not working. Okay, let me put another link for you maybe. Let me try and stick another link for you quickly. I don't know why it wouldn't work though. There, click on that one. It's the same link. Just click, it should work. The Mount of Olives is split already, some reporters say. No, you can go to the Mount of Olives now, right now, and you'll see it's not split in 2. Sorry to burst your bubble on that.
You've got wings growing out of your neck, Keith.
Oh yeah.
Nah, it's good. It's a good thumbnail. I love it.
And when it comes to like different or false doctrines or heresies or a different Christ, like that still doesn't stop Jesus, God's ability to be able to help a person in His Word. Like if they actually take, love your neighbor as yourself to heart, they still have God's help in enforcing that in their life. So even if they don't have the fullest understanding of who Jesus is, they can still grow in that area.
Amen.
Yeah.
A sentence
Right.
says, just hypothetically, what if the little season is correct? What would your first thoughts be? That hypothetically can't exist because it literally contradicts what the Bible says.
Yeah,
So
don't
I
think
don't
there's
know.
no point in
Yeah.
thinking that, because it's got to happen, but it hasn't. So what's the point in thinking about what if?
Yeah, and
No.
if we were in Satan's little season, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now, because we would be literally be being pilgrim, having pilgrimage to Jerusalem, where Jesus would still be.
Mhm. Next day.
Todar says
Okay.
next time. Okay, that's fine. If you can't make it now, it's fine. We're going to end anyway now, so.
All right.
And I was listening to Sean earlier, where it was interesting about the sky cities.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Because like the fallen angels who like left their first estate back in the Old Testament, it's like even though they can't go back there like that, it's like they still covet it. Like they still covet their first estate. But yeah, it's like that's just what it shows me. Like even if they have to stop at the sky and like no further type thing, it still shows me their fallen nature, trying to exalt themselves over mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think this was at least it was a nice chill discussion. It would have been nice if we had more interaction with the Satan's Short Seasoners though, because they did vote this and they've been voting the whole night. We'll give them another opportunity, obviously, sometime. But yeah, I don't really understand why people still believe it, to be honest. But I do pray they do come right and see the truth.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, we don't want division. We just want the truth to be there. We just want people to see the truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you all for giving your super chats. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that hit the likes and have shared the show. If you haven't already, please do so. Make sure to catch PJ live. You're going live in about, I think, 2 hours.
No, I've been live today.
Oh, nice. Okay. So tomorrow.
I've been live. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow as well. Remember to vote tomorrow on what subject. I'm going to be releasing a video in the next 10-15 minutes, so make sure to catch that premiere as well.
Nice.
It's on Dan McLaughlin's claiming that the word in John 1:1 is not Jesus, the word is God. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Appreciate you. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, PJ, and everybody who was on the panel. See you guys tomorrow night. God bless. Ta-ta.
Yep, take care.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
Hey,
All right, take care, Keith.
you too, brother.
Yep.